Hello, welcome to the Mark Janard Show, the cybersecurity show. In this video, I'm going to talk about a Shimmer machine, and a Shimmer machine can steal your credit or debit information without you even swiping. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We are going dark. So scammers can steal your credit card and debit card information whenever you swipe using legit looking devices. They're very rare and nasty attacks. So have you ever thought about how woefully insecure credit and debit cards are? Well, do this. Plug a USB magnetic stripe reader into your computer, open a word processor, swipe your credit card, and then boom, you've just stole your own card information like that. So what are skimmers, right? And I'm going to talk about shimmers later on. So skimmers are tiny malicious card readers hidden within legitimate card readers that harvest data from every person who swipes their cards. After letting the hardware sip data for some time, a thief will stop by the compromised machine to pick up the file containing all the stolen data. With that information, he, she, you name it, can create cloned cards or just commit fraud. Perhaps the scariest part is these skimmers often don't prevent the ATM or credit card reader from functioning properly, making them that much harder to detect, right? Because if there was some fishy stuff, you would be able to but that's not the case. So getting inside ATMs is difficult, so ATM skimmers sometimes fit over existing card readers. Most of the time, the attackers also place a hidden camera somewhere in the vicinity in order to record personal identification numbers or pins used to access accounts. So the camera may be in the card reader, mounted at the top of the ATM, or even in the ceiling. Some criminals go so far as installing fake pin pads over the actual keyboards to capture the pin directly, bypassing the need for a camera. The picture is of a real-life skimmer in use on the ATM. So, do you see that as weird? A bulky yellow bit? That's the skimmer. And Peter, you can put an example of a skimmer on the screen. Different types of skimmers, right? So this one is easy to spot because it has a different color and material than the rest of the machine. But there are other telltale signs. Below the slot where you insert your card or raised arrows on the machine's plastic housing, you can see how the gray arrows are very close to the yellow reader housing, almost overlapping. So that is a sign a skimmer was installed over the existing reader, since the real card reader would have some space between the card slot and the arrows. ATM manufacturers haven't taken this kind of fraud laying down. They fighting back out here, right? Newer ATMs boast robust defenses against tampering, sometimes including radar systems intended to detect objects inserted or attached to the ATM. But just because they did that doesn't mean you home free. You very far away from home free. I don't want you guys to be thinking, okay, they doing robust defenses, I'm good. No, you not. So, however, one researcher was able to use an ATM's onboard radar device to capture pins as part of the elaborate scam. So, to answer, your thing, so skimmers, are they still a threat because I'm relying on them with their robust? No, you're not, right? Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. There was a report that said skimming attacks were on the decline, and skimming was and still is somewhat of a rare thing. But that's where we get into shimming. Oh, you thought you was home free. Oh, okay, I don't have to worry about skimming no more. Well, they got you with the shimming machine now. So now we get into the realm of skimmers that turn into shimmers. So when the US banks finally caught up with the rest of the world and started issuing chip cards, it was a major security boon for consumers. These chip cards, or EMV cards, offer more robust security than the painfully simple mag stripes of other payment cards. However, the thieves learned fast, and they had years to perfect attacks in Europe and Canada that target chip cards. Instead of skimmers, which sit on top of the mag stripe readers, shimmers are inside the card readers, and these are very, very thin devices and cannot be seen from the outside. When you slide your card in, the shimmer reads the data from the chip on your card, much the same way a skimmer reads the data on your card's mag stripe. So there are a few key differences. However, for one, the integrated security that comes with EMV means that attackers can only get the same information they would get from a skimmer. Security researcher Brian Krebs explains that although the data that is typically stored on a card's magnetic stripe is replicated inside the chip on chip-enabled cards, the chip, however, contains additional security components that are not found on the magnetic stripe. Thieves couldn't duplicate the EMV chip, but they could use the data from the chip to clone the mag stripe or use its information for some other fraud. The Kaspersky representatives, that was spoken to, was unequivocal in their confidence in chip cards, and that's how hacks happen when you get too confident, right? The EMV is still not broken. That's what Kaspersky told a newsletter, right? The only successful EMV hacks are in the lab conditions. So the real issue is that shimmers are hidden inside victims' machines. The shimmer, and Peter, you could put examples of shimmers on the screen. Some shimmers are, it was found in Canada and reported to the RCMP. It's a little bit, more than an integrated circuit printed on a thin plastic sheet. So you're gonna want to make sure that you are, you're protected. So there is a digital equivalent called e-skimming. The 2018 British Airways hacked, it was hacked, apparently relied heavily on such attacks, right? So, okay. We talked about it. We talked about skimming. We talked about the new thing, shimming. So the most important thing I feel is how to protect yourself. You're going to want to use security software. You're going to want to use security suite software on, computers, which can detect malicious code and prevent you from entering your information. You can also use a fake credit card number online. That is also an option. Or you can Google or talk to your talk to your merchant and see what's best for you. That's what I have for you today. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Please don't forget that. Also, please hit the notification bell so you know when I am releasing new videos. Also, please share this content so we can learn and have this conversation at a global scale, because this is about becoming more educated, making sure that we are on point, so that we know what to do, and we are more, we have a better cybersecurity hygiene. So I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe. See you in the next video.